So this is just more testing to make sure that everything is in order for today's episode. When I say more testing, this is actually the first testing I've done for today's episode. Episode 10. This show was a lot less organized than usual. So, yeah, and there's that, and there's all that disaster. Stuff like this. Playing things. And, yeah. Okay. So yeah, I think that's all in order. I just have to make sure that you can actually hear me. This is a little bit of a boring thing. I think it's probably too early to drink. Yeah, it's only 1:30. Although it's 5 o'clock somewhere. Yeah, okay. Welcome to the Masquerade, where I talk about the games we play. Welcome to the Masquerade, it's about time we got the show underway. Hello everybody, and welcome to episode 10 of the Masquerade. Yay, we've made it to 10 episodes. Let's all have a celebration. Hey, that's what I was trying to do. Yeah, we've come a long way. It's been almost 4 months now since we started. Wow, that's a long time. I'm surprised I've made it this far, to be honest. But we have, and it's going well. So I'm going to start off by saying thank you very much to everybody who's been with me through these 10 episodes. Sometimes, if you follow me on Twitter, I've become a little bit disheartened. And, a lot of that I put down to tiredness, because when I'm particularly tired, things get to me more. But I am happy. And, I hope you're happy and you're enjoying the Masquerade. And, I just want to say thank you very much to all of you, because, I probably wouldn't have kept on going really if this was getting absolutely no views at all, just constant no subscribers or no feedback or views or anything. So thank you. And with that, I think it's time to get into the episode proper. I have to say though, I've had kind of a busy, longer week than usual, so I've actually had a lot less time to organize the Masquerade, because I've been trying to keep myself really busy. So I've been doing a lot of DIY this week. DIY, do yourself it. DIY and stuff like that. I've just been trying to keep myself busy so I don't get too bored, and as a result I've kind of haven't got around to actually organising much of the Masquerade this week. So it'll probably be a short episode, hopefully, unless I get really distracted like this all the time, because it's also my mother's birthday, so I don't want to be spending all my time in here. And as a result, yeah, I think I'll just be doing kind of 1 or 2 quick flash game reviews. And they're just going to be these little time waster things, but that are so much fun. I mean, they're a lot of fun. So there'll probably be... Why am I saying probably? I'm going to be reviewing Lethal League and GIRP are the 2 flash games I'm going to be reviewing. And hopefully they'll be running quicker this time, because I'll probably try and record them on my new computer, which I will also be gushing about later. And, yeah. Everything else, I'll probably be talking about the new, can I say this now? The new, certain pocket monster training game on that handheld console that enables auto stereoscopy to engage in a 3D playing experience. Ever since that company who created Mario and Pokemon, oh shit, I can't say those either, started freaking out and trying to take all their stuff off YouTube and claim off them, then I don't know what I can actually say anymore. But actually, I don't claim off these videos, so fuck it, I can say whatever I want. I'm going to be talking about Pokemon X and Y, which are the new Pokemon games that are coming out for the 3DS in October. And there's not so much going to be a shout out, but there will be talking about a few different people who I have been mentioned in shoutouts before, but new stuff is happening. And yeah, so I haven't really been playing many new games this week. So it is all going to be going down to some flash games that I've been playing quite a lot recently, which are Lethal League, I'll start off with. which I found from other YouTube videos, from another certain YouTuber. Yeah, I always kind of feel weird about kind of mentioning other YouTubers because then it just seems like I'm name dropping even if I'm not. I don't care if that person never even sees my video. So yeah, I'm just going to say it. Chill Chaos. I don't know if you know him, you may or may not. But yeah, he was doing videos of Lethal League and I saw him playing it. I was like, that looks amazing. And I started playing it and it really is such a cool game. It's basically you're two, probably kids, and you have a baseball bat and there's like a ball floating in the middle and you just basically have to hit each other with the ball essentially. You can either have yourself against the computer or you can have yourself against another human player, just like on the same keyboard. And yeah, you basically just have to hit the ball back and forth, but every time you hit the ball it gets faster. Or you can do power shots, which just make it ridiculously fast. And eventually, like, you know, it catches fire and you cause the whole world to go dark and everything. It's really cool. And yeah, I mean, it's just a really simple, kind of quickly, easily made thing, but it is a lot of fun. I mean, it's one of these games that there's not a whole lot to describe about it. So, I mean, just take a look at this. And then if you just want to try practicing it, then there's also a solo mode, which is basically just you hitting the ball around and you just keep on going until the ball hits you in the face. Because I think it's kind of easier to get the ball up to faster speeds because it's just you, so there's no one else trying to hit it back at you. But you can also get it to like ridiculously fast. Like the fastest I've ever got is like 600 and something, I think. Or some stupidly high number like that anyway. It just completely blows you away. And I'm going to be posting a link to that in the description. I think the guys who made Lethal League also have other games. Probably do, but that's the only one I've actually played. But I must check out their other stuff too because, you know, this game probably has to be really cool. I mean, even just the music. I love the song on it. It's just it's kind of weird, like, but it is just an absolutely banging tune. And yeah, so check it out. Link will be in the description. Doesn't take that long to load. It'll probably only take 5 minutes of your time to check it out. I mean, or if you want to actually try and beat the computer, then it'll probably take a hell of a lot longer to actually get good at it. Because it took me a good few goes to actually win. First to 11. And now game number 2 is GIRP, which is just stupid. Stupid in the good way though. It's kind of hard to describe. You're like, well actually it's easy to describe, but yeah, basically you're like a rock climbing guy and you have to like press the right letters on your keyboard to move your hands up, because like each rock will have a corresponding letter that you have to kind of like swing up to or whatever. And it's just another one of these really funny kind of ragdolly games that you're just flopping around on. You know, like for anyone who's played QWOP, I don't know if it's by the same people who made QWOP, but it's the same kind of idea where you're just hitting the certain keys and you're just flopping around like an idiot. And it's it's just funny and stupid. I mean, okay, I have to put an asterisk with funny because some people don't find this kind of really stupid, kind of random, senseless games like actually entertaining at all. But I do. I love stupid humor. I love YouTube poops when they're done well and all this stuff as well. So, I mean, this has tickled me because it's hilarious and it's just so stupid. I mean, I can't keep saying that it's stupid because it's fun and it's pointless. So I just have to show you this and you'll see what I mean. See what I mean? So yeah, I will be posting a link to that in the description too. It's another game that isn't going to take you that long to play, or at least to look at it. And then after that, if you actually want to try and kind of get really far, then it'll take a lot longer, I'd say, because I'm not great at it. But it's just pressing letters. But yeah, so you should check both of those games out. They're a lot of fun. Well, when I say a lot of fun, they're as much fun as a good, proper, old-fashioned, time-wasting Flash game, which sometimes, when you're floating around the internet, is just all you need. Anyway, this week has been busy because I've been doing lots of DIY. And then on Wednesday, was it Wednesday? Yeah, Wednesday, I bought a new computer. Well, it's new to me, but it's a used computer. I bought it off Adverts, which is just like a kind of a buy and sell magazine on its website. And yeah, people post their listings. I don't know how to describe it in any other country's terms, but yeah, like people sell stuff on it and you can buy it. Yeah, so I bought a computer. It's fairly old. I mean, it doesn't have a HDMI cable, which has caused me so much trouble. It's a dual core AMD 2.3 gigahertz. It's got 4 gigs of RAM, DVD reader, DVD rewriter, usual stuff, 256 megabyte graphics card. It's grand, really. I mean, I know it's going to be just kind of for upgrading. Like, this will be my kind of main computer, but I'll be putting extra parts into it because I know for a fact that it can go up to 16 gigs and it can take a quad core processor. So I'm going to be working on those. I'm currently investigating extra RAM to put into it to make it extra fast. But the thing is, it's already faster than this laptop because it's got like an extra gig of RAM, and it doesn't have a mobile dual core processor. It has a desktop It has a desktop dual core, which is already better, and it actually has a decent graphics card in comparison to my laptop. I mean, I just wanted to put a game into it, and so I installed Mass Effect on it because I have that on CD. And my laptop on the highest quality runs that pretty slowly. It's all like really jumpy and the frames are awful. I mean, I can run it on the lowest quality, but every now and then there's a bit of slowdown. But I installed it on the computer. I put all the settings up to the highest, ultra fine texture qualities and max resolution it can take, and it runs perfectly. There was one tiny bit of slowdown on one of the cutscenes, but everything else, gameplay and everything, runs so smoothly. The only problem is that as it doesn't take a HDMI, and getting a DVI connection to a HDMI port seems to be unnecessarily awkward, that I'm currently using this crappy old video cable, so the quality isn't great. So I'm going to have, when I can afford it, I must actually look into being able to connect the computer into a HDMI port, so I'll actually be able to see it at a decent quality because it just gives me a headache trying to read the blurry writing in a lot of cases. But otherwise, I mean, it runs perfectly, and I'm very happy with my purchase. The thing is, I've actually slightly upgraded it already, because it only came with a DVD rewriter, so it couldn't read discs. But I have like some old computer that my brother gave me as well, that I took all the parts out of. And so I took the DVD-ROM out of that, and I stuck it into the new computer. So I finally actually started upgrading a computer, which is what I've been wanting to do since like last year. And so I finally got around to it. So this has been a very proactive week. Even though on Wednesday, I got really Wednesday was a disaster though. Because I went to Blackpool, which is like about 40 minutes away from where I live. So like my dad drove me out because I can't drive. And so we bought the computer, that was grand. Then we went to a computer shop so I could try and get the cable to connect the computer to a TV. And I bought, I was going to try to get a DVI, but then I found out you can't get a HD or some shit like that. So I tried to get a VGA. And the VGA goes into the back of the TV, but it didn't go into the back of the computer because I needed a female connection instead of a male connection. And so I was like, shit. So then I went back in. We like went back in again, and I got a male to female wire. So I was like, great, this will fit. And so it still goes into the back of the TV, but then it turns out that I actually needed a 9-pin female to go into the back of the other connection and all this shit. And then I just gave up for that day, and I got all pissed off. And then my dad went in the next day, and they were saying that the 9-pin male connection is actually only for data transfer. And so it's just like, oh, for fuck's sake. And it was a big disaster. So then, luckily, like on Wednesday night, I had actually found the video cable, so I could still use the computer and actually test if it works. But yeah, it was kind of like wasted about 3 or 4 hours in total, just kind of stressing out trying to find that stupid cable, and I didn't even find it in the end. So that was a bit of a mess. So that kind of swallowed up my whole Wednesday. But yeah, otherwise, I mean, I'm very happy that I actually have a computer and I can run it, albeit low quality, on my TV. I must get a smaller monitor though, because the fact that it's not going to be using a HDMI means that everything looks really bad and stretched, because this TV isn't made for using video or VGA cables or DVI or anything like that. So I'll have to maybe look into buying just a small like 17-inch monitor or something, so I'll just be able to use that for the computer, which will work. The thing is, I don't actually have a desk. This room isn't big enough to have a computer desk in it, so I'm probably going to have to rearrange it again to have some sort of little office setup. Because as great as this is, it works for the PlayStation and for recording, but not for that big computer. But yeah, so it's been a pretty busy Wednesday, but I mean, I'm happy. And the rest of the week then I was just building stuff and all this other handiwork. Yeah. In terms of what have I been playing this week, it hasn't been much new. I mean, I started playing like modded Minecraft again. I started playing the Feed the Beast, because I never knew what Feed the Beast was before. I thought it was just another one of these things like the Hunger Games. But Feed the Beast is a mod pack, and it like really drastically changes the game. Like there's a big set of different things that make it totally different. And then there's the YogCraft, which is kind of like a YogCast made Feed the Beast pack. So it has like, you know, the Technic pack and some magic stuff and everything in it. And so I've started playing with that, which is really cool, and it makes it, well, not a lot harder. Like most of the creatures in the normal world are the same, but there's a lot more stuff to do. A lot more things to make. All these like machines and all this stuff, and then you can go to the Twilight Forest and everything will kill you straight away. It is way harder, but it's a lot more fun, and I'm kind of enjoying learning new things. And then what else I've been playing is, also on Wednesday, I bought Terraria for the PS3, which is that game I reviewed a few episodes ago. Because, I mean, I was thinking, yeah, it'd be pretty cool, I'd say. But, like, my nephew likes watching me play Terraria on the PC anyway, on my laptop. And then when this was coming out, I was like, oh yeah, then we'll be able to play split screen. So I mainly did get it for the PlayStation 3, so I could play split screen with my nephew, because he can control the controller better than he can use like a keyboard and mouse, because it's awkward. So yeah, we started playing that, and you know, we just have our own little world we muck around in. But yeah, it's good. I mean, it's kind of cool having in full HD, because if I have it full screen on my laptop, it's pretty slow. I know the new computer could probably handle it, but it wouldn't be in HD, so the PS3 version really is ideal. I mean, one thing I like as well is that it's exactly the same as the PC version. You know, like some things when they're ported, there'd be like slight differences, or they'd have to remove stuff for porting it, but this is pretty much bang on, just everything is exactly the same. So much so that they've actually added extra stuff for the consoles as opposed to removing content. So I must say they've made a successful port. I mean, even just using the controller, you think kind of moving from a mouse and having so many keyboard shortcuts to just condensing it into the PlayStation controller, but it actually does work really well. Which is also why I'm really curious about how Diablo 3 is going to work on the PS3. Because, you know, games like Diablo and stuff, they really kind of utilize the entire number bar across the top from like 1 to 0 and all these other keyboard shortcuts. And then you're looking at the PlayStation controller and you think it would take so long to navigate through everything. So I'd actually be curious enough to buy that as well. Because, I mean, I love Torchlight, and I have a feeling that I'd probably like Diablo just as much. So, you know, I'd be curious to buy that as well. Plus, I'd be able to play it again in full HD and proper high quality. But yeah, they're mainly what I've been playing. And, yeah, they're a lot of fun, really. I mean, if you have 15 quid to spare, then I'd say PS3, Terraria on the PS3 would be well worth getting. And just like if you have Minecraft, then you should seriously check out the Feed the Beast mod pack. I'll probably post a link to that in the description. I don't think it's possible to post a link to the Terraria PSN page because I don't think it works like that. But yeah, I'll post a link to the Feed the Beast pack as well. So yeah, Pokemon X and Y. There's been more like news announced. Like some more new Pokemon have been announced. Like there's that little bird. It's probably going to be the standard bird. Like, you know, there's Pidgey and there's Pidove and Starly. You know, there's always the traditional kind of like 3 evolution normal birds. So that's, I think the new one of those has been announced now. I forget all the names off the top of my head. And there's the goat, called Goat, that you'll actually be able to ride around the map apparently. And you can change your clothes. And this game really is looking a hell of a lot better. I know like there's a lot more data that can be fit onto a 3DS cartridge. Plus the graphics going to look way better. And you'll actually be able to play it in 3D. And it's just going to be amazing. I cannot wait for this game to come out, seriously. I mean, I've barely even played Pokemon White 2 that I bought. I don't know why. Again, it's just kind of this whole thing about starting games and never finishing them. I mean, I kind of wanted to get it early so I'd be able to pick up all the legendaries and whatever events they're having. But other than that, I've kind of missed out on... I probably should have finished the game by now, really. Because I've completely wiped out Pokemon White, but just not White 2. I've only got 1 gym badge. But that said, when I get X, because I think White 2 is so very much the same as White 1, as far as I know, because I haven't played that much, so it's probably totally different. But at least when X comes out, I probably will be playing that so much, because everything's going to be new and different. But you know, White kind of has all the same, White 2 is all the same Pokemon as White 1. Oh, I know there's like newer or different wild Pokemon, but you know, it's still, I've seen them all already. So it'll be kind of a big huge change for when X comes out that I'm really going to enjoy playing it again. I think the issue, because I was reading about it, that, you know, legendary Pokemon are going to be DLC, and it's unsure if it's going to be paid DLC or not, which I can imagine would put a lot of people off. Because, you know, usually people will be used to just being handed legendaries from events and stuff. And so if they suddenly have to start paying for them, then that could cause problems. I mean, I'm the kind of person who I would happily pay whatever extra money and get the extra DLC Pokemon. But I know not everyone would be. Especially parents who have children and they want to get the Pokemon from like the paid versions. And I'm sure they will be having free ones as well, just like they always traditionally do. Although knowing Nintendo, they seem to have done a whole bloody EA thing recently. And you know, we're trying to like claim off anyone who's doing like Nintendo Let's Plays on YouTube and all this. They're trying to just basically claim it as their own intellectual property, which it is. But still, the people who are doing the Let's Plays, I mean, you know, Nintendo have never had any problems with this before, and now all of a sudden they're just like, you know, saying, hey, you're making money off us, give us your money. And so Nintendo, seem to be turning into a big EA corporation now that EA seem to be kind of, you know, slowly fading out of the limelight. So I wouldn't be surprised if they started going for the paid DLC legendary Pokemon. Which, to be honest, I hope they don't get too carried away and that they see the error of their ways before it's too late. But yeah, it could be a disaster for them. Actually, yeah, especially for someone like, just thinking now about someone like Mariland, because the Pokemon Mariland website, as far as I'm concerned, is like the source for any Pokemon stuff. Like, it has, if you want to know certain information or when a Pokemon evolves or whatever, then like there's a big massive thorough Pokedex and there's walkthroughs for the games. But he's got a massive YouTube channel with like millions and millions and millions and millions of views. And yeah, I wonder if Nintendo would actually clamp down on that whole channel, because I don't know if he claims from them, but it's still a massive Pokemon YouTube channel, possibly the biggest Pokemon YouTube channel. So yeah, I wonder what'll happen there. That's a big concern, actually, because their website is absolutely brilliant. So I wonder if they would actually clamp down on that. I don't know. Hopefully it's all just, hopefully they'll pull out before they realise that people are going to hate them for this, and that they're kind of shooting themselves in the foot. I don't know. It doesn't really affect me though, because I don't think I've ever. Actually, I have recorded a brief clip of Pokemon Yellow, but other than that, I don't think I've done any Nintendo videos, other than my 3DS unboxing itself. But that's different. I have no idea. Honestly, I have no idea. But I don't think I claim from any of my videos, so they can't actually ask for money because I'm not making money. So I think that's okay. So yeah, this time I'm not actually going to have a shout out. And if I had been more organised, I might have had some sort of giveaway, but this week was busy for me. But I do want to say a big congratulations to Kyrgyzstan87, who I gave a shout out to last week, because I was saying that like if you check them out after I like give a shout out as well, you'd know. But I was saying that like he doesn't have a capture card yet, so there's so much like effort and recording things on his iPhone and stuff that I was talking about last week. But in that time, since last week's episode, he has actually obtained an Opage I forget what it's called, PVR? DVR? I forget, but it's basically a really good capture card. It's a really decent HD capture software, so hopefully in future then his videos will actually, in the near future actually, he will actually have proper full HD videos, and so the channel can really take off. So big well done to, big congratulations, and to Kyrgyzstan, and if you're watching, well done to you, and I hope that the videos will take off again will take off big time in the future with the better quality. And again, if none of you have checked out his channel yet, you should. I won't do as big of a shout out this time, but I will post a link to his YouTube in the description. You should check it out. And yeah, no, he's definitely deserves more views and subs. And also Slater, who I believe I'll check which episode I gave him a shout out in actually. This is what the archive is for, so I can look back on stuff like this, because I forget what episode exactly there was a shout out in. Let's see. Sorry about this. Oh, sorry. Oh yeah, here we go. On episode 3, I give a shout out to Slater, because he kind of did, he did like the kind of shout outs on YouTube and stuff, and if someone like uploaded a new video, then they could kind of send him the link and he'd retweet it, and he'd kind of try and help out channels. But now he's kind of gone on to a different angle on YouTube, and now he's starting up charity. He's converted his channel into a charity channel, where like people can actually kind of apply to become directors to upload stuff, and they'll kind of upload onto this channel, Gaming for a Cause. And yeah, so basically it'll be a charity gaming YouTube channel instead of just like the usual just regular Let's Plays. I mean, there will still be Let's Plays, like it's not all going to just be like playing charity games, but it's all for charity. And he's actually going to be having a live stream in July called Playing for Palsy, or palsy. I don't actually know how to say that word properly. But I mean, even if you just look at hashtag playing for palsy, then you'll see it. I mean, there's going to be plenty of stuff about it on Twitter. And so he's going to be raising money in a live stream, and there'll be like giveaways and stuff. People are donating things for him to give away and everything. So, I mean, you should seriously check out his new and improved YouTube channel. And I'll like post a link to that again in the description as well. And so you can see kind of how it's changed since since episode 3. Because, I mean, you know, everyone's like, oh yeah, they should like deserve more views and they should get more hits and people should like them. But this guy, he's actually raising money and awareness for a good cause. So you should really check this out. Not because he needs views or whatever, but because it's just the right thing to do for a change. Because, I mean, it's charity. So it's just extra motivation really to look that, you know, you could be helping him help other people. And yeah, so there'll be a link to his channel as well in the description. And I seriously recommend you all check it out. Thing is, I don't know if you can see my subscribers on YouTube, but I'm subscribed to him anyway. If you can see who I'm subscribed to, then you can find everyone who I've mentioned in the shoutouts in my subscriptions, because they're the only people I'm subscribed to. Yeah. Oh, also, on other intro-related news, I don't know what's happening yet, but I don't even know when it'll be ready. But after last night, I should actually be getting a new intro and kind of like a logo and stuff, hopefully, because I kind of like made dealings with Ray Javier Agosta. I think that's how you say the name. I don't know. I'm Irish, so I don't really know much about other names. But yeah, we were talking and I made arrangements about getting a new intro and stuff, proper GFX one, not just this little stop frame one that I made. I'll probably have to like kind of redo the theme song to fit in with it, or at least re-record it, because it is very kind of a welcome to the Masquerade. It's very kind of quiet, so I'll have to kind of liven it up a bit now that I'm getting better at the ukulele. But yeah, so that should be pretty cool, hopefully, when that comes around. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that, because I haven't had a proper intro in like ages. Not since back when I was the mask guy and I was using that one that I made in C4D, using that royalty-free music from my friend. But yeah, so that'll be pretty cool. I think I had something else as well I wanted to say, but I can't remember what. Oh, I got this. I was going to kind of do like some sort of a video or section about it, me playing it, but I don't know how well you can see this. There we go. The Daily Ukulele. It's basically a book with 365 songs for the ukulele in it. It's pretty massive. I ordered it from Amazon there the other day. And I'm trying to learn like a few songs from it now. You know, for Buttercup. You haven't seen Buttercup in a while. But yeah, I think there's something else I was going to say as well, but I can't remember. I do actually have some more kind of game recording ideas right though, because now that I know that I can record Binding of Isaac, and there's a good chance I'll probably try and do one or more playthroughs of that, and also the Minecraft, because I haven't done a Minecraft series in a while, and I've never actually done a modded Minecraft series, so I could just be me trying to figure out what the hell I'm doing in that. So that may or may not be happening, hopefully soon. But yeah, that's all my big future news for the Masquerade for this week, I think. And so after all this, I would like to say thank you all very much for the past 10 episodes, and you know, for keeping me going and for all the help and support I've been given so far. And I hope you will enjoy the Masquerade again in future. And actually, because there's a good chance I may not have played anything new this week or whatever, so I would like you, the viewers, to leave me comments, and I'll probably be talking about it on Twitter as well. If there's a game that you like and think I should like check it out and review it. I mean, preferably not something that's like super mad expensive, because I'm not made out of money. But even if it's kind of like, you know, a relatively cheaper game on Steam, or if it's even free. I mean, I have a massive Steam library, so there's a good chance I might already have it. But yeah, so please, I'm asking you to tell me what games I should review. and I'll kind of check them out and try and give it a fair chance over the week. That's why I kind of want to get it in early, because if I have like a day to review a game, then I won't be able to get a proper full feel for it. But please, I'd like you to tell me and suggest games to me that I should try and review. Give it a shot and take a look at it. And I'll be saying this again on Twitter as well if it happens that no one comments on this video, which happens sometimes. But yeah, and so that's all I've got to say, and thank you very much for the past 10 episodes. I mean, you guys are awesome, just for the likes and comments and the views that I've been getting, and for all these subscribers that I have. I mean, thank you very much. I mean, sometimes I get a bit down and kind of like, oh, this channel is shit, but it's not. I mean, I think we're a nice little tight-knit community, and it's kind of more homely this way than on a house full of people. So yeah, I will see all you guys again next time, and I hope you enjoyed this episode. And yeah, that's all from episode 10 of the Masquerade. Bye for now.